All right. Prop the mic, PTM, coming to you live. What's up, my friend?
I'm really excited that you took down the painting in the background and hung up a De'Aaron Fox jersey. That's pretty good.
That's awesome. I stole my son's De'Aaron Fox jersey because we're supporting the Sacramento Kings. Such a fun team. I think the Warriors are on their last legs. Feel a
Feels that
sweep.
way.
Feel a sweep coming. Could it be a sweep?
No, there's no way they sweep. I actually don't even think. I don't even think the Kings will win tonight. I think the Warriors got one win in them tonight.
I
So
could see it. I could see it going back to Sacramento 2-2. I mean, you forget I don't know. You probably don't forget, but uh, the Warriors. What did they win? Like 10 or 11 road games all season.
yeah, they're a
That's
terrible. They're a terrible road team, and I actually think I don't know. In some ways, they may rally behind Draymond being out. So we'll see. We'll see what
yeah,
happens. The Kings are definitely the better team, so I think they win the series. But sweep unlikely.
yeah.
But let's dive into the three games for tonight. We'll talk about a series that is likely to end in a sweep first. We got the Sixers at the Nets. Nets are plus 4.5 at home. Total is 209.5. So just pause there. 209.5, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that is why I personally was struggling to find stuff in this because there just really aren't a lot of points scored in these games. So hopefully you got something. I got a couple plays, but nothing that was like amazing. So what do you got?
I got a couple here. I got some new angles too to look at here. So I think you'll like these. Let's get our more traditional one out of the way here. I was looking at Royce O'Neal. Did you look at him at all today?
I did. He was actually I didn't write it down, but when I went to his lines,
Mm-hmm.
he was probably the best play out of all the guys on the Nets that I looked at. I liked his rebounds and assists. I thought that was a really good play. What did you like?
So I think the best play actually is just the straight up assists, 2.5 assists, but it's minus 175. So it's not
Yeah, yeah,
great. But he's
exactly.
done it. He's done it in 5 straight games against Philly, 11 of 13 on 2 days rest, and 8 straight games overall. So I thought that was good. I don't mind though. Obviously, it'll drop down if you bring it up to 3.5, which I think FanDuel might even have it listed at now at plus 135. He's done it in 3 of 5 against Philly, but some of the other stats, historical stuff hold up. So I just wanted to point that out. I think if the 175 is a little pricey, it's not as big of a home run, but I think the 3.5 is also okay. This was also interesting because his assists are quite good. His PA is looking nice, 10.5 PA minus 125. He's done it in his last 9 of 12 when he plays 27 plus minutes, which he did in both game one and game two. And this was good. He's done it in 12 of 13 games this season on 2 days rest, averaging 15.2 points and assists. So we saw this happen last night with Anthony Edwards. He was like 10 or 11 for 12 on 2 days rest, clearing the points, and he just crushed it last night. So it's obviously not a written in stone that it's going to happen, but certain guys on the 2 days rest seem to perform better. So that's what
So
I had.
so so basically, you think Royce O'Neal and Anthony Edwards are equivalent players? Is what I took from that.
No, absolutely not. But they both do well when they get extra sleepy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, I think so. I think taking a step back, I think understanding what Jacques Vaughn is going to do in this game from a strategy standpoint
Mm-hmm.
is probably important because I think that's going to dictate how much different players play. The only half of basketball where the Nets had success was the first half of game two, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had a strategy where they were basically just doubling Embiid that whole period. They were throwing they sat Claxton a good amount in that first half. They were throwing a small lineup just to kind of blitz and run
Mm-hmm.
around, and it worked. The problem is when they came out in the second half in that game, Philly had a strategy for it, and Embiid was basically just passing out of the double team, and Philly was just draining threes. So, what is if I still think that's the best chance that they have at winning. So I think they'll probably implement a similar strategy, and if they do, Royce O'Neal ended up guarding Embiid in that lineup. And that's why he got closer to 33, 34, 35 minutes in that second game. So with all that said, I think that's a good play because I think O'Neal will get big minutes again tonight.
Nice. All right. Thank you. Thank you for backing me up.
Definitely. Anybody else on the Nets side?
Yeah, one other, and this is where things got a little different here. So I think I want to see what your take on my spin here. So I like Bridges over 25.5 points, minus 130. Okay. Why do I like it? He's done it in 7 of his last. Sorry, let's start here. He's done it in 15 of 22 games since joining the Nets when he plays 32 plus minutes. So pretty good, right? He's done it in 7 of 11 at home with the Nets when he plays 32 plus minutes. But this was interesting. So I wanted to dive in and see. So Cam Johnson and Bridges came over from the Suns together, right? And Cam Johnson had a big at 28 points in game 2. So I want to see, is there some sort of trend in the game after Cam Johnson's had a big game? What does Bridges do? Okay, so since they've come to the Nets, Mikal Bridges is averaging 35.6 points per game in games after Cam Johnson has scored more than 23 points. He scored 27. The next game, Bridges 31, 38. 31, 38, 23, 44, 31, 42. And this is recently. These are all obviously all in March. So I thought that was a cool trend to pick up on here, and I could see he's their big scoring option. So I could see him.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't had a lot of success against Philly. I think he's only crossed the line in one of like 4 or 5 games this year. So I think
some of those games are with the Suns, though.
Yeah, true.
Completely different role.
Probably one of 2 or one of 3. One of 3, I think, against the Philly.
2 of 3.
2 of 3. Okay, that's better. All right, so good point. Then if you dissect just the Nets portion. But I think more important, this is a do or die game for Bridges and the Nets tonight. He's going to play 40 plus minutes. He might play 43 minutes in this game. I mean, they cannot lose if they want any chance at this series. So
you were right. It is 1 of 3. Sorry, I had the
1 of 3. Yeah, given that he's a Philly guy, I expected him to perform better against Philly, but he has not. So I don't think the data really supports the over, but I do think the narrative of the game will certainly lend a lot of shots for him. So I think it's. I see
his line has creeped up to 26.5 now. So obviously getting money on the over here.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. I had one play on the Brooklyn side. It's a lean more than an official play, but Claxton under 8.5 rebounds. So in the previous game, he only played, I think it was like 21 or 22 minutes, something like that. In games this year where he's played less than 25 minutes, he's 2 for 12, right? So he's typically closer to like a 30-minute guy. And he hits at close to like a 70% rate if he plays 26 minutes or higher. So again, it's really about playing time. He's 2 for 5 against Philly this year. So, he hasn't had a good track record in clearing against Philly. In the games where he missed, he had like 4 or 5 rebounds. So it wasn't very good. Why? I just think yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish your.
No, it fits back to the narrative of the game. If he played little minutes in the game 2 because Jacques Vaughn's trying to go small, right? So if they keep doing that, he's probably going to get 22, 23 minutes, something like that. And it'll be hard for him to get 9 rebounds. So that's just something to keep an eye out on. If you hear any news of like what, as we get closer to the game, what Jacques Vaughn's strategy is, then I would definitely play this under.
Okay. Yeah, that was my question. Why the 10-minute decrease? Yeah.
Yeah, he started the game and then they quickly pulled him out and realized they needed to change strategy. So
yeah.
All right, and then what about on the Philly side?
All right. One real quick. I brought this up to you this morning. I just want to point it out because it's got some nice stats to back it up. But you can give your counter in a sec. Embiid to have 1+3. If you just look at his home road splits, he's a beast on the road with the threes. He's done in 24 of 30 on the road this season, 19 of 20, only one miss when he plays 32 plus minutes. Also on 2 days rest, he's nice. 8 of 11 on 2 days rest, 7 of 9 when he plays 32 plus minutes, and 3 of 4 against Brooklyn. 3 of those games coming in this new Brooklyn lineup. So a lot of historical evidence to back it up, but schematically, how they're going to play, maybe not the best, right?
Yeah, if they double team him, and they were pretty much double teaming him at the top of the key or at the 3-point line, so that he didn't even have a chance to kind of back down and get his little turnaround jumper that he does. If they do that, he's just going to keep passing out of those shots, and people are, Tobias Harris and Melton and all these guys are going to Harden are going to get a lot of open looks. So those would be more better candidates for threes. But listen, it's given the data and the fact that he's got a track record of draining threes on the road, and the fact that it's only one, I still think it's a pretty good play. So I'm okay with it despite the narrative and the game.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I had one other. It's Maxi. I think so. This little analysis I did on Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges correlation got me thinking about Maxi. So he had a big game. Yeah, he had 38 points in the previous game, something big. Yeah, or 20. Yeah. So I was like, what does he do? Following up a big scoring game this season. Okay. So after he's scored more than 27 points this season, which happened 15 times, he's averaged 4 rebounds and 4 assists in the following game. So his line on assists is only 2.5, and it's -104. He's averaging 4 a game in games after he scored 27 plus. He's done this in 9 of 12 overall, just recently, averaging 3.8. And he's done it in 7 of 8 games on 2 days rest this season when he plays 27 plus minutes, averaging 5.1 assists per game in those 8 games. And he played big minutes last game. So I think this is nice. I think you can also look at his RA, 5.5 RA, but it's -150. But crazy stats on 2 days rest, 12 of 13 games on 2 days rest with 30 plus minutes. And he's averaging, obviously, 8 RA in this season after scoring 27 points or more.
Yeah, and he's averaging 6.8 RA versus Brooklyn this year too.
Yeah,
it's cleared it in 3 or 4 games. So I think that's a good play. If your assumption is that his points are going to be down, and his point line was only like 19.5 or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's definitely there's an assumption he's going to score less. Yeah, I think Brooklyn's going to have to do something differently. They're not going to be able to let him just take all those 3-pointers again.
Yeah.
What did he shoot? He shot like crazy number. Yeah, he hit 6 threes against Brooklyn on 13 attempts. 13. He attempted 13 threes.
Wow.
That's crazy, right? So they're going to have to do something different there. So I think he is going to certainly be dishing the ball more than he was.
And you think they'd be able to? They have all these big wings to throw at him. Like, why? They should be able to defend him better. But I guess it's because they're running that with that Embiid double team. I guess
they're playing 5-on-4 the whole game, right? And Philly is really good at moving the ball around. Like once Embiid gets it out of his hands, it goes from Embiid to Harden to Maxey to whoever. So it's pretty good. So yeah, I like that. I think that's a good little sneaky play. Everybody's playing his points tonight.
Yeah,
that's what I see. So I think that's a good little
assist. Yeah,
you're zigging when everyone's zagging.
Of course.
All right, what do I got? I got a couple plays on the Philly side. I like Jaden McDaniels, who I'm not sure if he's playing or not. One RotoWire had him as questionable. ESPN had him as doubtful. So anyway, the play that I had, if he does play, was 1 assist.
Okay.
He's actually played Brooklyn now 7 times this year. 7 times, because he played them 3 times before he got traded, and then he's played
Yeah.
them 2 times in the regular season on Philly, and then
Interesting.
2 in the postseason. So you got a lot of data points on Jaden McDaniels. I wouldn't put as much stock on his Charlotte
He
data.
played a
just
lot more
'cause
minutes in Charlotte. Yeah.
played almost 30 minutes there.
Yeah.
Now he's playing closer to like 15 to 20.
Yeah.
But he did play bigger minutes last game than the first game. But anyway, he's crossed us in all 7 games against the Nets. 3-3-3 when he was on Charlotte, then 1-2 in the regular season on Philly, and then 2-2 in the playoffs. So he's had 2 assists in each of the games. So 1 assist is minus 130. I think that's pretty good value. And then just looking at recencies, 9 of his last 10 games. So it looks like another Rui Hachimura play, which I liked that a lot yesterday, and I think he's another guy right here. He'll get about 20 minutes, and he'll get an assist for sure.
This is becoming your signature pick, the 1+ assist. I think we were going to have to try to continue this throughout the duration of the playoffs. See if we can find one of these on a daily basis.
Yeah, actually, if you look at all my plays today, the highest total on any of the plays was 15.5, and then the next highest was 9.5. So
sounds right.
staying with very low numbers today. Speaking of which, the other one that I liked, last one on the Sixers side, was actually Harden turnovers, 3.5 turnovers. So it's a lot of turnovers, but minus 119. Not for him. Yeah, he's super sloppy with the ball too. Like he just like does like behind the back passes when he doesn't need to, and creates a lot of turnovers. He's played in his last 5 matchups against Brooklyn since coming over to the Sixers. He's crossed this in 4 of 5. The bad part is the only game that he didn't cross was the only game that he's played in Brooklyn. So just keep that in mind for tonight too, as a little sub narrative. This is only his second game back in Brooklyn since the trade. So he obviously doesn't have KD and Kyrie on the other side, but he does have the whole, general management, that he's probably not thrilled with on that side. So
yeah.
So anyway, that's it.
I like it. I just looking here. Also, he's had 4+ turnovers in 6 straight playoff games and 10 of his last 13 playoff games. So yeah.
And I think Philly's gonna try to win this one. I mean, obviously it's the playoffs and they try to win every game, but there's a level of effort that you put into it, and I think they certainly want to just like get the four game sweep and
get the rest,
and rest up. So
so
I could see him playing big minutes and doing silly passes that create turnovers. Okay.
Yep. Let's keep it moving.
Keep it moving. All right. So we got the Kings at the Warriors. These are like 10. I think it's a 10 o'clock game, and then the next one's a 10:30 game Eastern time. So the Warriors are minus 5.5 at home. Total is 239. That's nice for a playoff game, right?
Yeah.
All right. What do you like here?
Oh man, the Kings. That was the reason I put Foxy up behind me here. Swipe of the Fox. They were just not only him, but just the Kings were jumping off the page to me today for some reason. So let's run through these right here. We'll start off with Fox, over 26.5 points, minus 110. He's done this in 17 of 22 games when he plays 30+ minutes, averaging 30.5. Last 7, if you want to even look more recently, last 7 of 10 with 30+ minutes, averaging 29. And great numbers on 2 days rest, 8 of 9 this season on 2 days rest when he plays 28+ minutes, averaging 31 points per game. So I think he continues to stay hot and gets the job done here.
Yeah, he's kind of taken this game to the next level in the last week. So
yeah,
I like that a lot.
Okay. Then moving to his running mate over here, Domantas Sabonis. I like his. I started off with his points as well, and then I moved, which he's cleared in 9 straight games on 2 days rest this season, which was pretty crazy. But I ended up on his points and assists, so it's 25.5, minus 120. He's done this in 10 straight games on 2 days rest this season. He's done it in 8 of 10 when he plays 27+ minutes, and 16 of 21 when he plays 27+ minutes.
Yeah. I'm just looking at what he
10
did.
straight games on 2 days rest.
You did RA?
No, PA, PA,
Oh, PA.
PA.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That looks better. Yeah, the
Yeah.
RA wasn't looking so hot.
No,
Yeah, and
his rebounds are 13.5. That's why.
that that amount of minutes is pretty low too. He's played 35 minutes and
Yeah.
39 minutes so far. So
Yeah.
if you go up to those numbers, yeah, it's even better story. So
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that. That's nice.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep it going. More points, rebounds, and assists. Mr. Malik Monk, 22 and a half par, minus 115. He's done this in 14 of 17 games this season when he plays 27 plus minutes. In game one, he played 29. In game two, he played 31. In those 17 games with 27 plus minutes, he's averaging over 30 par, and he only needs 23 here. When he plays more than 29 minutes, he's done in 8 straight games this season with 29 plus minutes, averaging 35 par in those 8 games. Guy's
Yeah,
hot. We got to ride him.
I agree. I had the same exact play, except it was points. But all of the stats that you
Yeah.
read out are pretty much the same. 8 of 8 with 30 plus minutes or 29 plus minutes. So yeah, he's a great play tonight, and they're playing him big minutes. So I think he's
They
going to
are.
continue to. And not only is he playing big minutes here, he tends to play big minutes against the Warriors in general, even in the regular season. So he must just be a good matchup against the Warriors.
Yeah, I think it's that, and I think Keegan Murray was getting the majority, but it's hard in the playoffs with the rookie. So Monk, the experienced veteran, I think, is taking a lot of those minutes from Murray.
He has Keegan Murray's. I was started looking at his line because it was super low. It was like 4.5 or 5.5
He's
points.
playing like
He's
less than 15
16
minutes.
minutes. Yeah, 16 minutes both games. So,
Yeah.
um,
All right.
there's an opportunity there with Keegan. At some point, they're going to have to like play him more minutes, but I wouldn't roll the dice until it goes up.
Especially not on the road. I think if they do play him, it's probably going to be at home. I would venture to guess, but I got one more sneaky one here. This guy came, another Kentucky guy. We just talked about Malik Monk, Trey Lyles. We were talking about Kentucky guys in the playoffs yesterday. Over 10.5 PR, minus 115. He's done this in 37 of 44 games. That's 84% hit rate when he plays 13 plus minutes this season. He played 18 in game one and 15 in game two. He's done in 19 of 23 when he plays 13 plus minutes, averaging 15 PR. And then nice stats on 2 days rest. When he plays 13 plus minutes on 2 days rest, 7 of 8, averaging 15 and a half. And just on 2 days rest overall, 7 of 10, regardless of minutes. And you have some in there that are like sub 10. So sneaky one.
Yeah, I like that one. I was looking at his points, but he was up and down on the points. But when you layer in the rebounds too,
Yep.
he levels out a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like that. All right, cool. And then is that it that you have
That's
for this
it.
game?
Yeah, yes, that's it.
All right, so I'll just rehash the Alex Len pick that I put up on Twitter this
Okay.
morning. Under 5.5 points. It was on BetMGM, but I'm getting a bunch of messages from people saying they can't find it anymore. So maybe BetMGM got scared of PTM and pulled it down. But anyway, I'm not going to go through all the stats because it's all up there on Twitter. But 1 for 28 crossing this line. He's got a 4% hit rate. We got to play it under 5.5 points tonight.
Wow.
Only two and a half.
28.
Yeah, and against the Warriors so far, only 2.5 field goal attempts per game. So he had one game with 3, and then the other 2 games with 2. So he basically couldn't even like cross 6 with what he's been doing so far. So
I don't think he played at all in the second half of game 2. I think he only logged first half minutes. So I like this play a lot.
Yeah. Okay. The only play I had on the Warriors side, since you have nothing, I like Wiggins under 9.5 RA. I'm usually a huge fan of playing over on Wiggins' rebounds, over on his assists, but he hasn't really put up big numbers against the Kings. He's played the Kings, I think, 5 times so far, including the playoffs. His RA is 6, 12, 6, 4, and 6. So he's only crossed it once. And overall on the season, he's only crossed 9.5 RA 10 out of 39 games. So that's a 26% hit rate. If he does play 35 minutes again, he has crossed this in 7 out of 11 games.
He
So
won't.
that's, but yeah, I mean, he did
I
last.
think there's a chance he doesn't even play this game. I think he can sit. I think he might sit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if that's
Um,
the case, it's not a play, but,
it's not, what I'm saying is, I think it's a good play because I think if you get it in now, I think he either goes under or he gets a DMP and you get your money back. So I think
yeah.
this is a great play.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think he's got his legs fully under him either. Yeah,
Yeah.
the guy didn't play for like 2 months. So
Yeah.
anyway, that's it. 9.5 under 9.5 RA. Okay.
All right. Very good.
All right. And let's wrap it up. We got the Suns at the Clippers. Clippers getting 2.5 at home. Total is 226.5 in this game. What do you like here?
So I had some trouble with this game. So I did something a little, something that we've done before, but not in a while. So do you have any straight plays, any regular plays for this game?
I have two. You want me to
Okay,
go into them?
do yours first.
Sure. They're both on the Clippers side.
Okay.
One is another. It's an Alex Len type play.
Okay.
I like Nicholas Batum under 5.5 points.
Okay.
Scary, right?
Yes.
Because he is a 3-point shooter, right?
Yeah.
And all he needs to do is hit 2 threes to cross this. But he hasn't been playing big minutes. I think he's played a max of 21 minutes. I think so far in this series, and he only has a 24% hit rate when he plays less than 21 minutes. So that's 9 of 37. And then if you dive into his overall performance against Phoenix, he hasn't hit it once the whole season. 3-3-3-0-3-0. So 0 for 6 against Phoenix so far. He's also only averaging 2.8 threes per game against Phoenix. So basically, he needs to hit 2 threes more or less to cross this, and he's only putting up 3 threes in the game. So, and then if you dive this even lower, under 19 minutes, which I think he played under 19 in one of the games, he's only got an 8% hit rate for the year. So again, perfect play because it's 10:30 game at night. At best, I'm watching the first quarter and then calling it a night. So, so Batum under 5.5 is the first play.
Okay.
You okay with that one?
Yeah, it's scary. It's sweaty. It's but yeah, I see it. It makes sense for sure.
Right. Okay. And then the second one is our guy Terrence Mann, over 8.5 points, minus 115. So first, I'll start off by saying he is a much better home player than he is an away player. He averages 10.3 points at home and 7.4 points on the road. Right.
Okay.
So that's a huge uplift playing at home, which makes sense for a relatively young guy.
Yeah.
But he's played basically 25 minutes, I think, or a little bit more in the previous game. He's 27 for 33 this season when he plays 25 minutes. He's 18 for 20 this season when he plays 25 minutes at home. And then listen to his performance this year against the Suns. Again, he's played in, 6 games? 9. So he crossed there. 22 crossed there. 26 crossed there. 4, 10, and 10. So he only missed in one game. And in that game, he only played 20 minutes. So he was under the 25. So it's all about minutes. If he plays 25 minutes tonight, he's definitely getting the 10 points.
And what did he do in the first 2 games?
First 2 games, he had 10 and 10.
10. No, minutes. Sorry.
Oh, I don't have the exact.
Oh, I see. I got it. 24.3 and 25.6. So
yeah.
Okay.
So pretty much 25 minutes. So I think that's a good play. I think he'll continue to get some minutes in the absence of George, and it doesn't take a lot for him. Explosive player.
Yeah, it looks. I can't tally these up real quick, but it looks like when he plays 24 minutes without Paul George this season, he's only missed this 5 times, and the hit rate is he's probably hit it in at least 12 or 14 or so. It looks like so.
Yeah, and if you dissect that at home, it's going to be even better. So
nice.
I think it's a good play tonight. So those were the 2 straight plays I had on this game.
All right.
What craziness you got for us here?
All right. So the two big stars. Well, it's easier on the Clippers side. Kawhi Leonard. So the lines start to get very high, right? But Kawhi's going to play tons of minutes. And what I also don't like is that, even these combo lines, they get super high too. So here's what I did. Put together a parlay like we used to like to do. And Kawhi, my two guys are, I'll tell you right now, it's Kawhi and KD. Two great candidates for this type of bet. So Kawhi Leonard, 24 points. He's done it in 6 straight without PG. He's done it in 11 of 12 without Paul George when he plays 30 plus minutes. Okay, so almost 100%. 6 rebounds. He's also done in 11 of 12 games without Paul George when he plays 30 minutes. And 4 assists. He's done in 11 of 11 without Paul George when he plays 30 minutes. So you have almost 100% hit rate across the board there. It's plus 120 for that, which I thought was pretty good. And if you want to get a little bit more, 25 points is plus 136, which he's done in 10 of 12 without Paul George. So I thought that was pretty nice.
Yeah, that's really nice. What did he have in terms of rebounds last game? That was the only one I was.
That was he would have cleared this in both games, except he had 5 rebounds in game one.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was recalling. Yeah, so I think even if you took this down, 24 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, you'd probably be right around plus 100.
It's getting a little. I think it's getting whatever. It's close. You might be in like the minus 120. I think I did look at that. But I like and I mean he's done in 11 of 12 without PG. So I thought I was pretty comfortable with the 6 rebounds. His straight line is 7.5.
I know. So, yeah, and he's playing huge minutes. So I think I think that's a cool play. I like that one.
Yeah. And then I did the same thing for Durant here. 25 points. He's done in 6 of 7 games with Phoenix when he plays 30 minutes. 5 rebounds, also 6 of 7 when he plays 30 minutes. And 4 assists, which he's done in 4 of 5. It basically knocked out like his first 2 games with Phoenix when they were just kind of, getting their legs under him. So his last 4 or 5 with Phoenix, last 4 or 5 with 30 plus minutes. That's plus 105. Now, if you tack on a block, which he's done in 7 straight games with Phoenix when he plays 30 minutes, now you're at plus 162. This parlay would have hit in both game 1 and game 2.
Yeah, he had that block, I think, in the first 2 minutes.
Right at the beginning of the game. Yeah.
Right? He had an awesome block on somebody. I don't know who put it up. Yeah, I like that a lot. I think he is a sneaky play for blocks always because he's got those. Actually, both of these guys are pretty good plays for defensive stats because they got long arms and everything.
I think Durant's 10th. I heard them talking about on the broadcast. 10th in the league this season on blocks. Blocked.
Total blocks or blocks?
No. I like percentage wise. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was gonna say missing.
No, not counting. Yeah. No.
Got it. No, those are good. I like those. Yeah, I mean those are always painful because all it takes is one leg to kill it. But you're talking about minus 300,
Bets.
plays put together. So,
and both these guys will play 40 minutes. Like these guys are going to play 40 minutes, and I think these are not good for your role players, but especially Kawhi here. I really like both of these.
Yeah, and the reality is look at it as a menu, right? Like you could pick and choose any parts of those and put them together too.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
You want to
bring points up a little bit.
No, but I'm saying even put them together. If you want to do Kawhi 24 points and KD 25 points and
sure
Kawhi and 4 assists for both of them, you could do that too, right?
Sure.
Just they're all good, solid bets individually, and just figure out how to put it together in a way that gets you what odds you want.
Yeah.
So
everything I listed here is
90%. Yeah,
at least. Yeah,
that's awesome. Cool.
All right,
nice. Very good. All right, so I think I guess my last question: who's going to win that game? Suns.
You asked me that one, huh? Who's going to win this one? I'm going to go with the Suns on this one, and then I think the Clippers take game 4.
Yeah. All right, so you're going Sixers, Kings, and Suns tonight. Is that your pick? Your 3 pick? The 3.
No, I'm gonna back Golden State here. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We got Sixers, Warriors, Suns tonight.
Yeah.
I think that's probably right.
Even though I put the Kings jersey up,
Poor
it's hard to
DM.
pick against Steph down 0-2. I don't know. I just feel like
Totally. All right. Very good. So enjoy the games tonight, and we will get a few of these up on Twitter shortly.
All right. Nice work. Bye.
See ya.